Right, hopefully the way I'm doing this works. Welcome to my very, very, very late breakdown and reaction to Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev, or Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol 2. I'm going to go through the entire card, did my predictions. I did fucking bang average on predictions. I never usually do this bad on predictions. I got 3-3 in a draw. So 3 wins, 3 losses, and three correct picks, 3 wrong picks, and 1 draw. I'll explain. Yeah. Starting off the card, we have Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith. Fucking brilliant fight. I picked Joshua Buatsi to win. Callum Smith picked up the win by a unanimous decision. I thought a draw wouldn't have been criminal in this one, but I do think the right man won if there was to be a winner, and that was Callum Smith. I believed Joshua Buatsi would go in there, make the fight physical. Callum Smith wouldn't have much left in him at this point in his career. His feet would be too slow, and he wouldn't be able, and he'd get overpowered by Buatsi and worn down. Turns out the fucking geezer's got a bit left in him, all right? Like, Boatsi's defense is leaky to say the least. Callum Smith's got a bit more. He's still got, like, obviously the power's there, as it always will be. His desire's still there, and he just fought. They fought in the pocket from round 1. Round 6 was brilliant. Literally got a standing ovation. Fucking amazing fight. Fight of the year contender. WBO interim champion is now Callum Smith. Best win of his career. Best fight of his career. And Boatsi's chin is fucking unreal. You know, I'm interested to see where they both go next. I wouldn't mind Callum Smith versus David Benavidez, and I wouldn't mind Joshua Buatsi versus. I don't. People are saying Anthony Yard versus Callum Smith. I'm saying like fuck no, because Callum Yard's just fought. Who's Yard fought? Like I know this is gonna sound weird. Actually, no, I can't really say that. I was going to say who's Yard fought since he lost to Beterbiev, but Callum Smith has also been inactive and only fought once against Adin. And still, I'd prefer to see Boatsi and Yard. I'm going to be honest. I really would. And Callum Smith versus David Benavidez. Up the card, Zeli Zhang versus Ajit Kabayel for the WBC interim world heavyweight title. Ajit Kabayel gets it done by 6th round KO. As I said he would. I said he'd win this fight. I think I said he'd stop him. I thought he was going to stop him. I don't know if I said it, but I fucking thought he was. And I thought it'd be due to the body shots, the accumulation, and Zhang's poor gas tank. That if this fight got past 6 rounds, it's Caballel's fight. Exactly what happened. Zhang came out in round 1, and to be fair, he looked sharp. He looked fucking quick. He's quick anyway. But for a 280-pound man, fucking rapid geezer. Like fuck me, he's quick. But he was blowing by the second round because in the first round, Cabell kind of got on his bike, see what he was getting, what he was going to getting involved in. Round 2 starts working the body. Zhang's already blowing. Fight's gone from there. He did drop Cabell in the 5th round. That was scary. That was scary. He's yeah. Oh man, fuck. Like, could you imagine? Imagine if he won after Cabell had done all that. That, you know what I mean? It's just a cheat code, but his gas tank's too poor. He's getting old now. I don't know what's next for Zhang. I don't know what's next for Cabell. I think Cabell deserves a big opportunity, but you can't really, realistically, who can you match him up with? AJ, yeah, it's a money fight, but I'll get into that later. Parker fight would be unfair on both of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what you do with him. Zhang, I have no clue. Zhang, I don't have a single clue what you can do with him. There's fights out there for him, but I don't know. Up the card, I think the next fight on the card was Virgil Ortiz versus Israel Madrimov. I picked Israel Madrimov to win. Virgil Ortiz got the win. Well done, Virgil Ortiz. Well done. I really thought Madrimov would be able to keep him at bay with those feints and keep him rangy, and he was for the first couple of rounds. He really was doing well. He was on the outside, using his feet, using his feints, keeping Virgil Ortiz at bay, keeping him thinking. But there wasn't enough offense in those early rounds to really kind of, knock the confidence out of Virgil Ortiz. So Virgil Ortiz was able to come forward relentlessly, and he just wore him down. And Madrimov kind of got suckered into Virgil Ortiz's fight later on. The I've noticed Majimov's having this problem recently. He had it in the Crawford fight. You got to think if he threw more in that Crawford fight, that could have been different. That could have. And if he threw more in this fight early on, he could have knocked some of that confidence out of Virgil Ortiz. Do you know what I mean? Like this could have been very different, but that was not the case. And Virgil Ortiz did his thing, walked him down, lured Majimov into his fight. Very good win from Virgil Ortiz. He is now the WBC interim super welterweight champion. Him versus that guy that beat Tim Tszyu, Murder Raza, some Russian dude, that guy. Carlos Adames versus Hamza Shiraz up the card. I picked Hamza Shiraz to win. This one was a draw. I like Hamza Shiraz, been bigging him up a lot. He did not win this fight. I picked him to win. He did not win this fight. It was Carlos Adames' fight. Hamza Shiraz, I thought he took the first 3 rounds very convincingly. I thought he boxed very well, and I thought if he continued like that, and then continued with it, Adames would have started to open up. He would have been able to start opening him up. But after that kind of third, fourth round, the jabs stopped coming from Shiraz. And I'm watching him thinking maybe he's just trying to see what he's going to get from Adames. You know what I mean? Take a few, see what he's going to get. Then he can kind of go for the finish. Because the first 3 rounds were quite dull. And you're thinking Hamza Shiraz, big, young guy. Lots of KOs recently. I think it was 9 in a row. You're thinking, all right, he's going to want to keep this up in his championship fight. Why am I fucking up speaking so much? In his world title fight, he's going to want to make it impressive, like he has the last 9 times he fought. So maybe that's what I'm thinking. And then it just stopped. He just stopped after a while. It looked like either the moment got to him, he didn't have enough belief in himself, which I don't believe is true. I said this on Twitter. I don't believe that was true because how can you not have belief in yourself? You're a young, hyped up prospect. You've got Frank Warren behind you. You've got the Saudis behind you. You're on this big tear. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how can you not? Maybe the pressure of all of that. But I think Frank Warren said it was a hand injury. That would make a lot of sense. Usually, I'd be the one to champion. Like, I'm not going to champion a rematch for him though. Like, I think Adames has been very hard done by there, and I think thank God he fucking left with his belt. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man. Do you know what I mean? One of the judges had this. The scorecards were all over the place. 114, 115 to Adames, I believe. No, 114, 115 to Shiraz, it was. Then it was 118, 110 to Adames, which is that's a little fucking wide. It's a little fucking. Wait. One of the judges for Buatsi Smith had it 119, 110, by the way. Actually, I should have mentioned that. One of the judges had it 119, 110, which I thought was fucking diabolical. That fight could have been scored a draw, in my opinion. At least in the moment watching it. Like 119, 110 is fucking criminal. 115, 113, 116, 112, yeah, probably. Do you know what I mean? Fucking one, yeah. I thought that was a weird scorecard. I don't think Adames did that well. He did very good though. He looked very good. It was kind of like an improved. It was kind of like a better Ammo Williams, just with less power. I think. I think that's fair to say. But yeah, that was probably the worst fight on the card, and that probably dampened the card a bit with the result. Up the card, Shakur Stevenson versus Josh Padley. This was interesting. I thought Padley got the first round. I think that's about all he did. Shakur looked very good. Shakur did look very good. His hands were quick. He's putting shots together very well. He's picking his shots very well. I'll get into that more in a bit. Picking his shots very well. The heart on Padley, man. And I'm thinking, Padley looked quite sharp coming in there against a pound for pounder. He's a full-time boxer now. He's been able to quit his job as an electrician. I want to see what they can do because, like, Shakur's not just your average world champion. What the fuck is Josh Padley could do quite like? What's he gonna look like against the average champion? Really? Because he's decent. He's fucking good. Apparently, he's only able to train an hour every day. Like now that he can do this shit full time, he could, you know what I mean? He could be something. You know, he's good. He could be a very, very, very solid fighter. He already is. But no, Shakur looked very good. The thing with Shakur in this fight, I think I think it would have benefited him to finish it earlier, but I like the way he did finish it. I said in my prediction, I believe, that Shakur may struggle to get him out of there because of the hands. And apparently, it does look like the hands are still a problem. Padley said he didn't hit very hard to the head. The body shots from Shakur, and this is something I said. I remember I said this in my Ben Whittaker video, if you remember that. If a fighter isn't a puncher to the head, if they can't punch, like Ricky Hatton, for example, wasn't the biggest, like, he wasn't a concussive puncher. I'll call it concussive because that's easier to say than just, he wasn't the biggest concussive puncher, but he knew where to place the body shots. And he knew the placement of the shot, he knew the timing, and look at what happened in Ricky Hatton's career. Caballe's a good example. He's not the fucking, he's a heavyweight, so of course he hits hard, but he's not the biggest puncher to the head. Those body shots in the last 3 fights have been key. Key to his success. I like that from Shakur. I like the body shots. I like the shot selection. Like I said, very good. Defense didn't look as good as it did the last couple of fights. He didn't look bad though. It never does. He's a very good defensive fighter, but I think he wanted to make a bit more of a statement. And very impressive stuff from Padley to get up 3 times. Didn't want to quit. Got up every time. Wanted to fight. Respect to the man. Can't fucking put him down for that. Oh yeah, just well done. Well done to Josh Padley. I hope he gets more opportunities on these Riyadh season cards. I think he will. He has kind of. I wouldn't. I don't want to say Josh Padley stole the show in terms of who's like, because he fucking hasn't. But yeah, Shakur round 9 TKO WBC world lightweight champion. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say Padley stole the show, but he did very, very good. Up the card, I think now we have Big Joe Parker versus Martin Bakole, round 2 TKO for Joseph Parker for the WBO interim world heavyweight title. Billy Nelson, you fucking twat. What are you doing? What? No, you've got this avoided heavyweight who you say you chat so much shit about, yeah? You chat so much fucking shit about, right? About him inspiring, you just being a bad sport. You being unsportsmanlike, and I think it's unprofessional, quite frankly, talking about sparring in the manner of which he has. From both of them, to be fair, from Bakole and from Billy Nelson, but fighters will do that. Fighters have got egos, so I can let it kind of slide on Martin Bakole. In the Michael Hunter fight, you didn't want Bakole to quit. When Bakole was showing signs, if your fighter shows signs of quit, you pulled him out before something bad happens. In the Michael Hunter fight, you didn't pull Bakole out because you knew how far back he'd go if he lost that fight. And you know what I mean? You couldn't afford to go back. In this, you are his manager and his trainer. You told him to go in there at £310 when he wasn't training, right? And at the first sign of adversity, you pull him out. When you don't in the Michael Hunter fight, because if there's more to lose than there is to gain by pulling him out. In this fight, you gain quite a lot by just pulling him out at the first opportunity, because he was out of shape. You've earned your money. You can get out of there. You get the trainer split and the manager split. You greedy fucker. You greedy fucking man. Like, genuinely, what the fuck? Seriously, you recommended he goes in there, and then you pull him out. I don't have a problem with the stoppage. I think it was the right thing to do. But you can't now in your interviews take fucking claim like you're a hero, yeah, pulling that fucking man out when you didn't in the Michael Hunter fight, and you fucking should have. Because if your fighter shows quit, I'm sorry, they shouldn't fucking be in there, right? And in this fight, you were right to stop it, but he shouldn't have been in there to begin with. I'm fucking sorry, he shouldn't have. It's disgusting. Really fucking is. It pisses me off. That's probably the most heated I've got on this channel. But anyway, let's actually talk about the fight. Joseph Parker looked big. He put on some good weight.
He looked very, very sharp. I like what he was doing. He was moving, jabbing, straight shots to the body to wear Bacoli down. Saw the opening. Bacoli squares up, picked his shot, came over the top of the right hand, glanced off the top of Bacoli's head. Equilibrium went. Yeah, fair play to Bacoli for taking the fight, but you're a fucking fool, Billy Nelson. You're a fool, Martin Bacoli, but I get it. I get it. I do. Not angry at really Bacoli, but well, actually, Bacoli, fucking get yourself into shape, cunt. Fucking, what you doing walking around at 310 pounds? Fucking, you have a fight for a mandatory position in what, May? Well, you did anyway. Fuck, why am I so angry? Anyway, Virgil Ortiz Jr. No, shit. Oh, fuck. The main event. I'm trying to find it. The main event. Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol 2. Dmitry Bivol gets it done by majority decision. I get this one wrong, but I have never been so happy to. And I think it was the right result this time. The way I was watching the fight, I think Bivol won the first 3 rounds. Third round's a bit close, but I think he won the first 3 rounds very, very well. He was just outboxing him. It was very similar to the first fight. And then something interesting happened, in my opinion, and this is an opinion of my in my opinion, if that makes sense. This is my opinion. Beterbiev starts to pick up in the middle, like from the 4th to 7th, May, I don't know. From the 4th to some point, he picks up. Bivol completely slows down, and I'm watching it thinking, oh no, there's no way. There's no way you've given it everything in the first 3 rounds like that. What I think he was doing, because he fucking picked up later on, Bivol did. I said in the first, I've been thinking in this build up, if he didn't have the conditions to do it, he's got to just grit down. I don't think he had to grit down in this fight, Bivol. I think he just fucking leveled the playing field completely. I think he suckered Beterbiev in a bit in those mid rounds. I think he kind of took some rounds off. His output slowed. Obviously, they were hard rounds on him. They were all hard rounds. I'm sorry, this is an elite fucking fight between 2 top level guys. I think he kind of made Beterbiev wear himself down a bit. Just making him miss, not really throwing much. Beterbiev threw a lot because Beterbiev had confidence in the first fight that he could wear Bivol down. Maybe got a tad bit overconfident, threw a bit too much, wore down a bit. Really, for the first time, showed signs of aging at last from Beterbiev. And then Bivol puts together in the later half of this fucking fight one of the most punch perfect, beautiful masterclasses I've ever seen. And by masterclass, I don't mean a schooling, because this was not a schooling, it was a close fight. But just what you should do against a fucking elite pressure fighter. Oh my god, his ring generalship, his shot selection, his combinations, everything, his jab, everything was perfect. If Beterbiev set him up into a position where he was in a negative position, Bivol, pivot off the ropes, get behind the jab, wait, pick his opportunity, body, head, fucking, oh my god, the angles, everything was fucking beautiful. I've never been this passionate about a fucking performance from a fighter ever. It was amazing. It was so fucking good to watch. What round was it? Was it the 9th or the 11th? I think it was the 11th or the 9th. It was one of those rounds where it is one of the most perfectly fought rounds of boxing I've ever seen. It was just he kept himself defensively aware when he did get into positions where it would be negative for him. He waited for his moment. He used his offense to get off of those ropes, get himself in the better positions, fought behind a jab, and then let his shots go to keep Beterbiev at bay. And he worked the body on occasion, like I said he would, but he didn't overwork the body, so he wasn't risking getting caught. Holy fuck! By the way, the way I'm like gushing about this, yeah, makes it sound like it wasn't close. This was fucking close. I thought Beterbiev won the first fight. Could see an argument for Bivol. Could see an argument for a draw. Don't see an argument for Beterbiev winning this. A draw, I don't think so. I think the closest you can have it is a round to Bivol, maybe. I think 2 rounds to Bivol.
2 rounds to Bivol. Yeah, no, yeah, I think the 115, 113 was pretty spot on. 116, 112 is a little too wide for me, but I think 115, 113 might be just about right. But I think at this point Bivol's got his number because he made even the playing field in this fight just that tad more. And you know what I said this about he's the younger man. You know, I said this about Joe Joyce and Zheli Zhang. Once Joe Joyce lost that first fight, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can try it, but now that Bivol's got his number, I just don't think Beterbiev can beat him. I don't think you can even the playing field at this age. I really don't. I think they're gonna fight in October. I want a trilogy. I'm sorry, I just do. I think David Benavidez has been booked as the mandatory. Fucking quickest WBC's booked the mandatory ever, by the way. What the fuck is up with that? Like, why didn't you do that with the Canelo fight for Benavidez? But whatever. I think you give him step aside money or something. I don't want the belt vacated, but do what you got to do just to get this fight on in October or something when it opens Riyadh season. Please, these have been two of the greatest fights I've ever seen. This fucking second fight might have been my favorite fight ever. It wasn't a war. It was just so high level, and I take my hat off to both of them because they have given us in a space of under a year, in under half a year, I think, just two of the best chess matches you will ever see. They are amazing, and this one was better than the first. It really was. It lived up to all expectations. Oh my god, I can't wait for the third one. We're gonna get one of the greatest trilogies in under a year. In just over a year, or just under, or in about a year, we're gonna see one of the greatest trilogies I've ever seen. Probably one of the best in like heavyweight history. I can't really think of any light heavyweight trilogies off the top of my head. There is definitely a few, but this one is special, man. It really is. It's so fucking wow. Like, they're special fighters. I don't want to see them. Like, usually I would maybe let a trilogy marinate, no matter how close the first two fights are. But you look at what Callum Smith just did to Boatsi, and you think about when Callum Smith fought Beterbiev. These two are fucking head and shoulders so far above the rest of the division. It doesn't matter. Just do them again. Do them again, because Benavidez and Bivol actually is a fucking interesting fight. I'll give you that. That's a tougher fight for Bivol than it is Beterbiev, in my opinion, stylistically. That actually is maybe a better. I don't think Bivol would lose, but that's tougher than I think I'm giving it credit for. But I don't want to fucking see it next. I do want to see it, but not next, please. Just give me fucking a trilogy. Give me a fourth one. Give me a fifth. Give me a sixth. Just give me this fight. I love it. It's so fucking amazing. Really is. I've gone on long enough though. 20. Oh fuck me! I've got to edit. Oh right. Yeah. All right. Bye.